Well. Look who is finally back. Yeah, that's right. After 5 years of not making a single movie, I'm back. And welcome, before we get into the rest of the live stream, I just want to say welcome to my studio. Not much of a studio, just my desk. Got a monitor here, got a monitor here, got a ring light here, got a camera here, got a tripod here, got a microphone here, got a ghost face head here, got a ghost face figuring, and a knife. Not a real knife, just before people start freaking out, not a real knife. But we are live, so let's sit down, let's relax, and let's talk about this new Guess War movie that just randomly just poofed out of nowhere. So, my last movie came out 5 years ago, back in 2018, and it was the Guess War: A New Beginning, which was the first installment, even though it was technically the third installment, because it was the third, well, that's four. The third installment, because it was the third one that I released, but I did it in backward order, basically, where I released the third one first, the second one second, and then the first third. Why I did that? I don't even know, man. I had a crazy mind back then. But this time, we are on track. Because you guys this year will be getting the fourth installment in the Guess War franchise. And I know, I released a teaser out of nowhere. It was a last minute decision. I want to let people know that. It was a last minute decision. I knew what I wanted it to be called. I knew what I wanted the story to be. I knew what I wanted the characters to be, and just everything. And so I had everything down. Then I thought to myself, when am I going to announce this thing? And, well, right then and there I said, why don't I announce it today? So then I announced it on that day, and I was not expecting it to get the certain views that it would have gotten. I expected it to maybe get like 10 or 5 views, and that was it. But I did see a lot of old fans in the comment down below, and which was very surprising because I didn't think any of you guys were still around. But it's good to see you guys are still there. And I even had a fan comment on that announcement video saying that they were just looking for their old YouTube account and they came across the teaser and it brought back memory. So yeah, it's good to see that. But let's talk about the movie. So the movie Guess War Part 4, a film that was supposed to come out 5 years ago and did not. We all remember the teaser, right? We all remember the teaser. It was Christmas Day. Ben's son is opening Christmas present. Zepp and this random guy are just drinking coffee. And then Ben goes into the kitchen, picks up the phone, and then you hear my dad's voice on the other end saying, come on, pick up. And then all of a sudden he gets stabbed through the eye, screams in a very weird way, which, yeah, that was memed on a lot. And then you get the reveal of a villain. And then nothing happened. Everything just went dead silent. And yeah, I mean, nothing happened. The movie just evaporated in thin air and poof, gone. But what all you guys might be asking to yourself is, was the movie ever made? Was the movie ever shot? Was it just that sneak peek that was the only thing? And the answer is no. That was not the only thing. There were a lot of moments shot. There was this whole sequence that was leading to the end of the movie that was shot. There was a character in it that got killed off. A character that was new to the fourth film, not an existing character, got killed off. and it was supposed to be a big surprising moment of, oh wow, okay, so we're really doing that. Yeah, that never happened, and I spent like a month on that scene, making sure it was good, and yeah, didn't go anywhere, which sucks. And then there was some other moments of a character that died, which is a character that was seen before. And I can say that they're not in part 4. They're not in part 4. And I can confirm this character's identity. So if you guys have seen the sneak peek, the guy with the gold Dominus, there's a scene where he's watching TV in his trailer, and the villain of the movie snucks up behind him and blows his brains out while he's watching TV. Yeah, that was his death scene. Yeah, he didn't make it. He was gonna die early on in the film, shortly after that sneak peek sequence. Then we cut to the ending of the movie where this, like I said, this character, I was working on his death scene, and it was supposed to be a big surprising moment. He was a bacon hair character, and he got his eye blown out by the villain of the movie. Yeah, that didn't go anywhere. Yeah. Let's just be happy he didn't make it out to the end of it, because that was pretty gory. Not really. It wasn't even done. Just you wait until you see this movie. But yeah, there were some shots that were filmed. There was this whole battle scene that was somewhat filmed, but was never finished. There were some moments that were filmed that were reshots from the third film that was going to be included into the movie to kind of have flashbacks. That didn't happen. Well, it did happen, but it just didn't make it to the light of day. Then the movie gets scrapped. I start thinking of new ideas. Then I come up with this really weird idea and wonky, whatever you want to call it, idea, that the fourth film was going to be a musical. Why? I don't know. I'm glad I didn't go down that route, but yeah, it was going to be a musical. Don't know where my mind was at the time, but hey, I mean, a musical? Jesus Christ, that is not what you want to see. Just saying. But yeah, it was supposed to be a musical at one point. Didn't happen. Thank the Lord that it didn't happen. Then, it was gonna be not the fourth movie. It was gonna kind of jump forward to the fifth movie, and kind of ignoring the fourth movie. And we're gonna have whole new characters. Then you're gonna see the characters a little bit older, kind of mentoring these new characters. Then that just got scrapped completely. Even though I worked on because it was going to be a new trilogy, kind of like the New Generations, and it had a part 1, 2, and a 3. Those were all, like, script was done for all those movies, scrapped it all. Didn't want it. Then, that's when I come up with the idea of, let's reboot. Let's just reboot everything. Let's create a clean slate and start from the very beginning. So I work on that for several years, for 5 years, and I think I come up with a pretty good story. Now, this is when I thought to myself, okay, we're going to go down this new road with a new rebooted Guess War. We're going to have new movies that won't have the main characters in it. It would be kind of spin-offs, kind of leading up to the main story, and then you'll have spin-off with certain characters and yeah, all that kind of stuff, and that's still the plan. But then as of last year, I thought to myself, after I made the remastered of the Guess War 1, 2, and 3, and unfortunately didn't come out, and then worked on 3, didn't happen, which sucks. But after making those movies, I thought to myself, there's no way I can make these movies. Because, one, they've already been made. Two, we've seen what happens in Hollywood when someone goes back and tries to, like, remaster or remake the thing that already existed. It doesn't come out well. And that was what I was facing with. Even though I was the same director, same voice actor, same writer, same everything. Just did not work. And yeah, that can be a challenge. So then I scrapped that whole thing, and I thought about it, about what I was going to do, and how it's going to, lead into this new one. Because I wanted to end off with something big. Then that's when a spark went through my mind, and I was like, why don't I make a part 4? The movie that was never made or released, partially made, 5 years ago. Why don't I go back, see what I had before, and build off of it? Because it's a new story. I can work with that. I can't work with something from the past. I have to have something new. New material. Even though there are some things that are not new from 5 years ago, but I can build off of that. Expand it. Don't have to go with the exact idea, but I can go with the same concept, but just change it up. Now, here we are, 2024. I announced the teaser. I announced the title, The Tragedy of the Guest War. Then, I give you guys a sneak peek to the opening of the movie with this one photo. Then, I think it was last week, I gave you guys a sneak peek of the villain. But I didn't give out who the villain is going to be. I just showed you guys a picture of the villain. But you can clearly see the villains on top of a moving train in the blizzard. Now, the key thing you got to notice from that sneak peek of photo is, one, this movie will be heavily using CGI effects. And so you're going to see a lot of moments where certain characters will die, and they'll actually be, instead of like these round puddle of blood that people know from Roblox, it'll be like actual CGI blood squirting out everywhere. So yeah, we're not doing the old way that we've done in the past. We're going full out gory, just messed up. And I do want to say one thing. If you've ever seen the movie Skyfall, which is a 007 movie, this movie is heavily inspired by that movie. So if you haven't seen Skyfall, go watch it. You'll kind of get a little bit of a glance into what to expect with this movie. Now, I have some other things I do want to discuss, but I do want to get this out there, is that the tone of this movie. This movie does have a message, unlike the other movies, but this movie will heavily dive into Ben's story of wanting to commit suicide, which is a huge leap from the previous movies, because Ben, as we've seen, he's been happy, he's been sad from time to time, because obviously he's fighting for his friends and for his country, and he's fighting for Roblox. But in this movie, the tone is shift. There are new villains, some new characters, new settings, everything. So this movie is going to be really different from the others. And yeah, this movie will have a message. And the message is that if you're ever feeling suicidal, just know that there are people out there, people who are willing to help. Your friends, your neighbors, your families, strangers, anyone can help you get through your darkest times. So that is the message that the movie will be giving the audience. And before people ask, because I know some people will ask, so I will discuss it in this live stream. is that the reason why this movie is touching upon that subject is because if you've seen the third movie, you know that Ben loses his best friend DJ at the very end of the movie. But in the first, second, and third, he loses some people. And so growing up, he didn't have many friends. So those were his friends. And so as where we stand right now, he only has 2 friends remaining out of his friend group. 2 friends. And that is the character of Zepp Plays and the character of Eli. And Eli is an interesting one, which might surprise some fans because if you remember in part 2, Eli supposedly dies by his brother, Chris. And yeah, we never really touched upon that. And that was also something that was actually in the original Part 4 that we were going to touch upon his recovery. Because Part 4 was not supposed to be the last one originally. It was going to be Part 5, was going to be the last one. But, yeah, Eli survives his injuries, and he'll be back in this one. Slowly recovering, but will be joining the fight. So, yeah, Eli's back. And yeah, I can't really say much about that character, but I will say he has a very interesting arc in this movie. But basically, the moment that Ben loses his friend DJ, he realized that nearly everything he's ever loved is gone. And when you pick up in part 4 with this character, he's at the verge of committing suicide because he's so messed up by the trauma of the third film and the first and second that he's starting to forget that there are people still in his life that is still there for him. To him, all he's thinking is, I'm all alone. I want to go. I want to go join my friends in the sky. But there's these little clicks with him that says, it's not your time. You'll go when the time is right. Your friends are still here. There is something still here for you. And Ben is a character where his story arc in this movie is going to be really, really different. He will have less lines than he did in all 3 movies. I can confirm that. And yeah, his story arc in this one is really, really depressing and tragic. There's one moment that I am going to be working on very soon. It's a very messed up moment. But I obviously can't say anything about it. But, yeah. But, let's move on to some other stuff. I want to talk about this, because I did talk about this in my previous live stream, but I don't think anyone saw that, because I streamed that on a really bad day, and yeah, timing was terrible. But I do want to say that the ending of this movie will be filmed as of not this week, but next week. Which, let me look at the calendar real quick. So next week on February 19 will be the day I start filming the ending of the movie. And that does not mean that the movie's done. I am shooting it unlike what I did in the past where I just shot and went from beginning to end. This movie, not doing that. This movie, I'm shooting scenes that might be the ending of the movie, and then I go and shoot scenes that might be at the very beginning of the movie, and I shoot scenes in the middle, and then I shoot things in between the middle and the end, and in the beginning, between beginning and middle. So I'm kind of just doing it that style, kind of like what a real Hollywood director would do. They don't shoot it like actually how the story is told on the paper. They shoot it, certain scenes on certain days that don't line up, but then once the whole film's done, then they just put the clips where they need to be. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, the ending will be filmed as of February 19th, which is really exciting because I think the ending for this movie is a lot cooler than the other ones. I feel like this one has more to offer, and something that fans have been wanting to see for a while. Because a lot of people have been asking me, like, you should have, maybe. Oh, well, they didn't ask me, but they just told me. They're like, you should have maybe made the fight scene a little bit longer, or add a couple more punches to it, or make it a little bit more action-packed. And I really thought about that. And so, this movie will have all that in the ending and throughout the middle part. And I will say the beginning part will be a little bit slow-paced, but not much. And then we get right into the action, into who this villain is, and I can confirm there are 2 other villains. They're not major villains, but they are working alongside the main villain. The other thing is, the villain of the movie, I can confirm a couple things. It's a he. He is from a past Guess What movie, but looks completely different than he did in a previous Guess What movie. He's been completely rehauled from bottom to top with character design. His name starts with an S, and he is unlike any of the villains we've seen in the past movies. He is ruthless, and there's even a scene in that train sequence that I gave you guys a sneak peek of, where he's completely cold-hearted, straight up kills someone. I want to say, like, in a very disrespectful way. I want to say, I think that's the right way of saying it. So it's gonna be one of those things where it'll be interesting to kind of see how the audience approaches it. But I will say, if you've seen the villain from Skyfall, he's gonna be kind of an inspiration from him. So, yeah. But I think that's about it. I want to say. Don't think there's much. Oh, one other thing. As I mentioned, there were 3 villains in this movie. 2 of them are side villains, and 1 is the main villain. One of the side villains will be giving a official reveal of what they look like as of next week. You guys will be getting your first look at one of the villains, and it will be posted on the community tab on this channel. So get ready for that. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think I'm gonna head out now because Super Bowl is going on. Just thought I'd hop on here, give you guys some updates, talk about the movie. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. I know setup is a little bit different than normal. Would have probably maybe cleaned up this live stream, made it a little bit more presentable, but short time, so couldn't quite do that. So yeah. But guys, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright. Take care. Oh, and remember, have a fantastic day. And I just remembered one thing. I want to give a shout out to my gaming channel. My gaming channel, Ender. I'm back on there. I haven't uploaded a video in like 2 months, but I'm back. Just gotta give me some time to cook another video. I do have a video, but I just haven't edited it, and then I thought about editing it this week and releasing it this week, and then I realized I don't have access to that certain computer that it's on, so I can't edit it for this week, which sucks, because I promised that it was going to come out on Valentine's or Friday. That didn't happen, so great. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoy. Let's make sure everything okay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Do subscribe to my Enter channel. Go follow me on social medias if you guys want to. They should be in the bios, or if you can't, go to my Enter channel and they'll all be listed there. But yeah, but guys, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gonna go back and watch some Super Bowl, get the trailers, and see what they have to offer. Hopefully there's a Joker trailer. I'm really hoping there is one. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.